Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about proportion. So what is proportion and how do we check for proportion? A lot. You can pause it and think about your answer, see if your answer is correct. So here's the answer. Proportion is two ratio or two fractions. So here I'm just showing you some examples. There's two ratio. Ratio means like a 4 to 10 and 8 to 20. Or you can say 4 over 10 and 8 over 20. Or you can just see, you see 4 to 10, 8 to 20. Both of them are fraction. So how do we check if they are proportion? So there's two ways to see if they are proportional. Okay, do anybody know? You can pause it and think about it. You have learned it before. You learn it in Algebra 1, you learn it in middle school. Okay, here's the answer. There's two different ways. One is called simplify, and another one is called cross multiply. So here I'll show you both of them here. And the first one, I just said it, is simplify. So simplify, that means 4 over 4 divided by 10. 4 over 10, 4 divided by 10. So that's the first fraction. I see, and I use calculator and I got 0.4. So that's how I simplify to get the simplest answer. And another one, I have 8 over 20, and I use calculator, I get 0.4 also. Great, so they're proportion. If they're not equal, they're not proportion. So here you see both of them are equal to 0.4, so that is proportion. And the method 2 is called cross multiply. Okay, I'm gonna just do it on the equation here. 4 over 10 equal to 8 over 20. So cross multiply is like a butterfly. Okay, so 4 times 20, that is equal to 80. You see I'm doing cross and then multiply. And then the next one, we have 8 times 10, 10 times 8, which is 80. Great, they are equal. So that is the method 2 that we have cross multiply. Yes, 80 equal to 80. So I just checked it. They are proportion. And once again, if they are not equal, they are not proportion, which is solving proportion. We need to solve for the variable r. And over here, I always use cross multiply. So I have 5 times r, which is 5r, equal to 2 times 17, and I have 34. We have 5 and r. We don't see anything between 5 and r. That's multiplication, and then you do division. Do the opposite. Don't feel bad about pausing my video here, and then try to go ahead on your answer, on your paper first, and see if you get the right answer. Okay. So 5 divided by 5, we cancel out because it's equal to 1. 1 times r is equal to r, equal to 34 divided by 5. Okay, I'm using the calculator. Okay, so once again, you can check. Okay, I can check it quickly. 2 over 5, is that equal to 6.8 over 17? And you can do simplify or you can do cross multiply. Okay, up to you. Okay, I am going to do cross multiply here because I already did 2 times 17 is 34, and see if 5 times 6.8, yes, 34 also. So yes, I got the final answer. R equal to 6 point, R equal to, so I got the final answer. R equal to 6.8. Next one. Okay, you see this one is different with the first example. What was the difference? Okay, yes, the top have two terms, x minus 3. Instead of our first example, we only have one term, r. And then we have 2x also, right? So again, what do we do? Again, we just use cross multiply. Every time you're solving for proportion, cross multiply. Remember that? We're going to use this until the end of June. Okay, so remember cross multiply. But here, before cross multiply, very important. Okay, I'm using red. Very, very important. Many people forget it. Every time you see two term, x minus 3, you use the parenthesis. If the bottom have x plus 4, x plus 10, okay, or something, again, use parenthesis. If you don't use parenthesis, later on you are not going to do it correctly because we're going to do distributive property and then we're going to solve it step by step. You see, okay, if no parenthesis, you won't get the correct answer. Very important. Okay, so now we're going to continue. We do cross multiply with the parenthesis. Do not let the parenthesis out. So I'm going to do the left side first, which is 9 times x, which is 9x. And then the right side, again, you see there's a parenthesis. So I put the variable in the front first. I put the 10 times the parenthesis x minus 3. And why the parenthesis is so important? Because we need to do the distributive property. If you don't have the parenthesis, you just do 10x minus 3, which is wrong. Okay, so we're going to do distributive property here. So we're going to do distributive property here. We have on the left side, well, people say that, can I do the river first? Of course, do the river. Okay. Okay, on the left side, we have nothing. We have 9x equal to distributive property. 10 times x is 10x minus 10 times 3, that's 30. Over here, I want the variable on the left side and I want the numbers on the right side. Okay, I'm just taking my notes. So here, what are we going to do? We don't want the 10x on the right side. We just want the number, negative 30 over there. So you take away the 10x. Okay, you take away that. You take away, don't plus. If you plus, become 20x will be big. So you take away the 10x. Whatever you do on the left side and the right side. Put a line under it since I'm doing addition and subtraction. 9x minus 10x, that's negative 1x. On the right side, 10x minus 10x is 0. You cancel out. You don't need to write it. We have negative 30 here. Just copy that. Next, okay, this is a one-step equation. We don't want a negative 1 over there. We just want x equal to something. So negative 1 and x, there's nothing between that. That means multiplication. So undo multiplication, you do division. You divide by negative 1 at both sides because negative 1 divided by negative 1 cross out, become 1. 1x, you just write x down. Equal to, okay, on the right side, you use calculator, negative 30 divided by negative 1. That is going to be positive 30. Done. Right. So once again, you can check, see if positive 30 correct. Okay, I put the 30 over there. So 30 minus 3, which is 27. And then over 30, is that equal to 9 over 10? Okay. I love to use cross multiply to check my own answer to see if it's correct. 27 times 10 is 270. Equal to 30 times 9 equal to 270. Yes, I got the answer correct. So that's it for today's lesson. Have a wonderful day. See you next time.